We're at the Arluk Tilt area on a tributary of the main river, Moose Management Area number 3. I currently work with Arluk Outfitters here on the Northern Peninsula, flying camps. Nice location, nice and isolated, no pressure on the moose. These guys, they don't take out a lot of moose, and they're managing here really well. So it seems like there's more moose here now than there was before.
I can remember being one day here at this camp here one day, and I spotted 16 moose one day from one lookout. So I tell you, there's a lot of moose here. I worked in the woods as a logger pretty well for 20 years, and one day I can remember being up Chain Lake, and I said I want to try something different, and I want to do some guiding. And this one started from there, probably about 20 years ago. You know, to me, is a passion that I love to do.
So I've been hunting all my life. I mean, even since I was a little kid, I'd go hunting with my father. So the moose hunting is not new to me, but the guiding is sort of a new thing. And as far as like moose hunting is a little different than guiding, I found. Once I started guiding, you got to pay a lot more attention to the moose and the moose habits, and you know, it's a little more tricky than just getting a moose. And it's always nice to get to know the hunters when they come off the plane and off the chopper. I mean, you don't know. It's always a bit of anticipation the day before they get here, just to see who's going to come off that chopper, and you know, their physical condition, and just to get to know the guys and what they're looking for in a moose.
To be honest with you, I like the hunters that have come here. And you know, saying I've never shot a moose before.
You know, you get out and you get your hunter sat up, and then you start to call. You know, you call for a while and you'll listen. And you're listening for, when a bull is coming, you'll grunt as he's coming. Or usually it'll be a snap of a twig or something. You know, you're listening for the most subtle noises in the forest. So you really got to pay attention, because the bull is paying attention. So as he's coming in, he's really paying attention to his surroundings, and he's listening for anything that'll stop him. So you got to be real cautious when you're calling them. But usually when they start coming in, I mean, I'll do the cow call. Usually I'll keep calling. So the cow call is a. And as they get in a little closer, you kind of slow it down a little and go. And sometimes you may stop, so then you kind of got to get them going again. So sometimes you just give them a little. So that'll let them know that maybe there's a bull in there with that cow. So it kind of gets his blood going, saying, okay, I better get in there and get on this before this other guy gets it, right? So, and it'll get him starting to fight too. He'll start thrashing his racks around, so you can hear him in there thrashing. Once he starts thrashing his racks, you pretty much know he's going to come in. Not always, but usually once he starts thrashing, he's in. He's in for the long run.
I like to hear him grunt and all that stuff and banging his antlers. You know, I'm 64 years, but I still, you know, I like to get excited when I still hear that too, right? And then you look over and there's a hunter over there now. Can't wait to get the shot. And then what I like is once he knocks him down, he says, "Henry, how big is that animal? What a size!"
After the kill, then I guess the work begins. So you gotta, you know, process the animal. Then you start right on the spot. You start skinning. You got to figure out what the hunter wants. Does he want a cape? Does he want a European mount, or does he just want a rack, which will change your way of skinning the moose? Because if he wants a cape, I mean, you gotta skin it differently than if you want just a rack or a European mount. So that's basically the very first thing you do. You figure out what the hunter wants with his moose. So we'll skin it, quarter it, bag it, keep it as clean as possible. You know, no leaves, no fur on the meat. Make sure we don't get anything to contaminate the meat. And then we get it back here, hang it in our meat shed, take off the old bags, put on clean, fresh bags, and get it ready for transport to the butcher.
When they get their moose and that, sometimes we take them up on one of my lookouts somewhere and have a little ball up cup tea and do a few sausages over the fire and stuff like that. And they really enjoy that too.
How much longer could you see yourself being a hunting guide?
Well, I'll keep going until I just can't physically walk the hills. I guess that's what I'm looking at. I got no problem. I'm long as I enjoy it, it keeps being enjoyable. I'll keep doing it. The day comes that it doesn't become enjoyable, well, yeah, it's time to hang it up like everything else.